What's up? What's up? What's up, my Mind Your Money business folks? It's me yet again with another video. Today's stock market news. I'm running a little late. A lot has happened this morning, and it started around 4:30 a.m. for me. Yeah, had to get my lunch ready, my morning shake, my coffee. That's over there. Forget about it. All right, so I'm back home. I'm back to doing my weekly videos. Yeah, I was relaxing. I needed a break. So either way, here we go. So what's going on in the market? I don't know. Either way, hopefully you're in the market and not trying to time the market, because that is simply impossible to do. So what happened today? It says stocks closed lower to start the week as Nvidia gains fail to prop up the NASDAQ. So what happened today? What happened? Give me a second. I want to bring something else up. Bam. So what happened today? It says stocks fell Monday as investors looked ahead to Nvidia's earnings later in the week. The tech-heavy NASDAQ ended the day down 0.22%. The broad market S&P 500 traded 0.43% lower, while the 30-stock Dow Jones Industrial Average closed down 0.77%. So the NASDAQ had been bolstered earlier in the day with a rise in Nvidia shares, which finished around 1% higher before the index's gain lost steam. The artificial intelligence chip darling received a number of positive endorsements from analysts heading into its earnings report after the bell Wednesday. I don't know what to think about Nvidia's earnings, because while they've been good, the stock didn't do much. I remember one time this might have been last year, they gave an earnings report better than expected and the stock went down. Yeah, April of this year, it seems like forever ago, the stock was down to like $95 or 80 something dollars. Either way, it's the stock market. So Intel shares also initially extended their gains from the previous session on the heels of Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick revealing Friday that the U.S. government had taken a 10% stake in the chip maker. That's interesting. That could be a sign of more to come from Trump's administration, as White House economic advisor Kevin Hassett said Monday that the stake is part of broader strategy to create a sovereign wealth fund. I'm going to have to look into that. A wealth fund. I want to be wealthy. I am wealthy. You are too. I'm sure that at some point there'll be more transaction, if not in this industry, than other industries, the director of National Economic Council said on CNBC Squawk Box. So President Donald Trump echoed that sentiment, saying Monday morning that he will make deals like the Intel stake all day long. So shares of Intel were last down about 1%. So the move comes after stocks saw a massive rally Friday that took the Dow to record highs. The surge was sparked by Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's speech, in which he signaled the central bank could begin easing monetary policy next month. Expectations for a quarter-point rate cut in September are roughly 84%, according to the CME Group's FedWatch tool. But CFRA research Sam Stovall isn't surprised that stocks are now taking a bit of a breather. A lot of the gains that we saw on Friday were the results of short coverings, because I think people were very worried that Fed would basically say we're not cutting for the rest of the year. The firm's chief investment strategist said, we have so much stuff between now and September 17th that while we benefited from the enthusiasm on Friday, we still have a lot that we have to endure before we are convinced that the Fed will be cutting rates. He also said, adding that the market will see restrained gains until then. Hey, I'll take the gains. I take gains over losses any day. So give me the gains. So keep investing, keep buying stocks, stay positive, stay motivated. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. So what happened? Nvidia, Nvidia gained $1.82 today, which is good. I mean, just think of it was at like $185, $188. Now it's down to $179. So, yeah. My information technology ETF FTEC lost 53 cents today, closing out at $206. Tesla gained $6.59 today, closing out at $346.60. Palantir lost $1.57 today, closing out at $157.17. Broadcom gained 23 cents, closing out at $294.23. My S&P 500 ETF, SPLG, gained 31 cents, closing out at $75.60. Meta lost $1.49, closing out at $753.30. Go Tesla. No, Meta. Apple lost 60 cents today, closing out at $227.16. Yeah, so that's it. And I have to go. I have to end this video. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what you think, if you think anything at all. But as always, get out of debt, people. Get out of all forms of debt. Debt keeps you from investing. Debt keeps you from moving forward in your life. Hold on. Okay. Even though I'm dark. What was I saying? Yeah, get out of debt. And the only way that you can get out of debt is by creating a plan. And that plan is called a budget. And that budget is where you're going to start telling your money where to go, so you can stop trying to figure out where it all went, right? Get out of debt. Get out of car loan debt. Get out of credit card debt. Get out of student loan debt. Get out of personal loan debt. Get out of debt by creating a budget. List them from smallest to largest. Create that snowball effect. Pay them off. Don't worry about the interest rates. Also, while you're getting out of debt, stop all investments. Stop investing into your 401k if you're investing. Use all of your money to get out of debt. Don't worry, when you get out of debt, you can start reinvesting back into your 401k. You can create your kids' 529 college fund. You can create your 3 to 6 months of living expenses for emergencies that happen, because we live this thing called life, right? Then you can pay off, after you paid off your debt, then you can pay off your mortgage if you have a mortgage, right? If you don't have a mortgage, save up to 20% down payment and finance that home for 15 years instead of 30. Get out of debt, people. It gives you a lot of freedom, and it also gives you options. There's nothing better than an option. Like, yeah, we're done. Yeah, so yeah, do all that. Just think. So I have to end this video because I got to go. All right, so you guys take care. Peace.